Welcome back to Empower Revolution. This is another episode, and I'm going to talk about what happened after everything that I have left and what I was dealing with and the thing that I have been dealing with for the past 7 months. So, this is how it all began. So, I'm starting my morning routine like I always do. Sometimes I will even wake up around like 4 or 5 o'clock to start my car up. And, you know, I would So as I started my morning routine, I'm driving, I'm doing DoorDash, I'm doing deliveries like I always do. So and I'm doing that. I'm driving, I'm picking up requests from different customers, dropping their food off like I always do. As soon as I started driving on the highway, the next thing that happened is this was around December, and around the holiday, when the holidays like Christmas, like New Year's, even after the New Year and Christmas, my car just started having problems. So, and I'm driving. I didn't think much of it, but as soon as I get on the highway, that's when my car started to stalling because it was showing on the dashboard where it said engine power reduced. I knew immediately what engine power reduced as soon as I looked it up and I did my research. Come to find out, it was an electrical problem that I went to the mechanic before my car even started stalling, before it shut off. I went to the mechanic, and the one I always go to, and they gave me the honest truth, and they told me right then and there that it's your correlation. They diagnosed it, they did everything. So, okay, and they gave me the receipt for it where it proved that it was that problem. Okay, now fast forward. So as soon as I get on the highway, right next to exit one Pine Brook on Parsippany, as soon as I'm over there, the next thing happened is my car got stuck, and this was way after I removed myself from the toxic environment and the situation that I was dealing with my grandmother. Yeah, my narcissistic grandmother. I got away from her. I left town. I found peace. I'm no longer there over there anymore. So as soon as I got to exit one, my car got stuck. I've been stuck there for 3 days, and the police came over there a few times and told me if I don't remove my car off the highway, my car gonna get towed. So luckily that I had the GM protection plan, which is the platinum coverage, which is the warranty coverage that I had, and I'm able to get my car fixed for free without being charged for it. So the next thing happened is I end up towing my car to the Schumacher Little Fall. This was this was the next day around January 8th. This is how it all began, guys. So as soon as I get over there, I end up meeting Don, Alyssa, and Julia Schumacher. The man, she was the is a multi-million dollar executive that owned Schumacher and several other Schumacher Chevrolet companies across the globe, which is one in Livingston, which is one in Denver, which is one in uh I think there's one I know there's one in Livingston and I know there's one in Clifton, if I'm not mistaken. And I know there's one around and right here Parsippany, Troy Hill, right next to Livingston. So I know they got one in East Hanover as well too. So yeah. So and she owned the franchise, which I met all of them that day. which is Juliet, Alyssa, and Dawn. And I met some of the staff members. And Jackie was working there as well, too. She was the call center representative that works there. So I met with Dawn and Alyssa. And for some reason, in the beginning, it seemed like everything was all good with them. But as soon as I got to know them over time, I started to see the deception behavior from them. They were not being honest. They were hiding paperwork. They were being truthfully honest with me about my car condition. So in the showroom, and me and my brother were sitting down, it was a brown couch. We were sitting down. I went, I got a latte. My brother got hot chocolate. He came into the showroom. First, he said we would have to pay for it. Why would I need to pay for something if I have warranty coverage? That makes no sense to me. So they didn't realize that I had warranty coverage. And I didn't have to pay out of pocket to pay for the repairs or anything like that with my car. At the end of the day, both of them knew what was wrong with my car. They knew that it was it it wasn't my engine problem. It was the electrical problem that's in that car. My car shut off because it was protecting the engine from failing. That's called correlation. It's a purge valve. It stopped the car from accelerating. It's stopping from getting up the hill, and it it's kept the car from stalling. It prevent the car from turning on because it doesn't want to. It's preventing from your engine from being blown out or damaged. That's why on my dashboard on my car it says engine power reduce. Donna and Alyssa knew all of this. Everybody in that building, they knew what was wrong with that car. But for some reason, they had the audacity to come up with this fake narrative, this story that they ran with for 2 months, telling the GM protection plan that that I have an engine failure. But here's the thing. Here's the best part. Don came into the showroom and told me my oil was fine. So why would you tell somebody that not why 2 weeks later you would tell me that I have an engine failure when you just got done telling me that my oil was fine? The story wasn't adding up. Okay, so fast forward. After he told me that, they had me running laps, me chasing 8 or 10 oil change receipts. The Alyssa kept demanding, but come to find out, she wasn't even doing what she was supposed to be doing. Turned out she never submitted anything to the GM protection plan. She never showed any document to the GM protection plan. She was stalling, kept she kept my paperwork and everything on pause until March 10th. She lied on March 10th that she spoke to the GM protection plan. That conversation, that imaginary conversation that you had with GM protection plan, that would never occurred. The last conversation that they had was on March 9th. So not only that she lied about the timeline when she talked to them, but she also lied about the condition of the car. And then not only that, I got the paperwork that shows that there was no work done, which was, it said no diagnosis and it said no mechanical teardown. So not only that Alyssa lied about what she was doing, the whole time what she was doing was she waited it out by demanding all this stuff that she was asking for me, she turned around and tells my brother that I didn't send anything. Oh, this is all your brother's fault. He the one that holding up. He's sending everything to the GM protection plan. But GM protection plan told me that Alyssa and Don have not been sending anything throughout this whole that time period from January till February and all the way leading up to March. Both of them lied, told them thing that my warranty claim was denied. I asked them numerous times, send me the paperwork, send me the paperwork. They didn't want to send me anything. They refused to send me the paperwork. So not only that, they knew my backstory, what I went through with my narcissistic grandmother, because I told them. They knew what I went through, all that trial and tribulation and dealing with the toxic environment and being in a toxic home. They knew about all of that. But they turned around and used my story as leverage and kept me stalling not only for 7 months, not only that location was doing that. Livingston Schumacher Chevrolet was doing that same thing as what Littlefold were doing. So not only that, they both lied about my warranty claim being denied, because I called GM Protection Plan the next day when I was in the hotel. I called them immediately and I said, "Is this true what Don and Alyssa are saying right now?" Because they're both saying that my warranty claim is denied. And they said, "Brandon, I have no idea what Alyssa and Don is talking about. Uh, I don't recall even having a conversation with them on the 10th. That conversation never took place. It never happened." I immediately knew she was lying. And then what she did on the X time where you portal, where you log in and you check the update on the car, she tried to make it look like the car was fixed, like everything was up to date. But I got the paper the other day where it said no work done. Please make it make sense. It's not adding up. She know her story wasn't, the fact that she got caught in a lie, telling everybody in the building that the car was repaired, the car was fit, everything is up to date. Oh yeah, his warranty claim denied. No, no, her and Don both told everybody in that building, including the higher up people, including Julius, that his claim is denied. And then what they did was they transferred the information over to Livingston Schumacher, telling them to using the same old script, lying. When Don threatened me with $50 source fee by removing my car off their lot, knowing that no work was done. They haven't done anything for those 2 months of me by me keeping me stalling. And then Livingston did the same thing. I called Livingston around like March or April. It was getting a little warm out, even though it was a little cold out there a little bit. So I called them, the service department. This gentleman picked up. I'm on the phone. So I said, "Hey, is there any way you could, diagnose my car, check my car out, see what's really wrong with it? Because Little Fall didn't do what they were supposed to do." So I was hoping that maybe you can be able to do something, be able to look at it and check it out, see what's really wrong. You know what he told me on the phone? He was like, "Oh, I won't be able to do anything until June or July." I thought that was a red flag to me. Why would you wait until June or July just so you can check the customer's car? Why can't you just go and checking it right then and there? Why you gotta wait until June, July to do something? That's when I knew something wasn't right. So they ended up doing that same thing what Don and Alyssa were doing. So here's what happened. When I started exposing them, when I started creating a paper trail on each one of the individuals, somebody got a few people to do the inside job for all those several months between from May, June, and July. And I'm gonna give you all these names of these people who put them up to this. It was Charlie. Oh look, it was Charlie, and it was April. It was Adriana, whatever. Yeah, I think that's how you say her name. Aldria. I think that's her name. That's how you say Aldria. And then the last name was Erica. You know what's crazy about these individuals? They try to bribe me with this $1,500 voucher to buy my silence. All because the fact that they ain't like the fact that the story was getting out there. They ain't like the fact that I was exposing the whole corporation. They ain't like the fact that I was exposing the shady business that they had going on. So in order for it to get out there or to go to AAA, they tried to get me to sign that so I would turn my rights over to them, and I can't tell, and I won't be able to file a lawsuit against them to get reach to get a settlement or to get a full buyback or to get a vehicle replacement. That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to buy my silence because they didn't like the fact that I was exposing everybody. But I kept all the paper trail, what they were doing over the summer. It stopped around it stopped around August because AA stepped in. So it's not happening anymore now because I took matters to my own hands to put a stop to everything. At the end of the day, I told the truth. These people been lying for months. I've been I've been stuck at Parsippany, Troy Hill for 7 months, guys. This is not a lie. Like this is based on true event, true story. What and it's based and it's real people. Like it documented it. I have all the paperwork. I have all the screenshots of what they were doing. So at the end of the day, like I have no reason to be out here to be lying about any each one of these individuals. This is not a retaliation when I speak on this situation. This is a public service announcement to be aware when you go to the dealerships. Be aware of the deceptive behaviors. Make sure you pay attention to the warning signs. So I had to learn the hard way myself. So that's why I'm telling this story to make everybody to be aware when you go to Schumacher Chevrolet in Little Fall. Make sure you be aware when you go to the Schumacher Chevrolet in Little Livingston. Just be careful because they're not very honest people. For what I witnessed, for what I've seen, based on the story that I'm telling you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the story that I'm telling you, and don't forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Don't forget to follow me on here. I have more story on the way for you guys, so stay tuned for that. I love you. I love you guys. God bless you all.